Oh, it's about 10:30 in the morning on Friday, the 10th of January, 2025. And that's Castle Rock right there. There's a little lighthouse, which doesn't work. And these are all South Riding rocks right here. And I can tell you that lighthouse doesn't work because this is the first time I've ever exited through here in daylight. This is now the fourth time I've taken this route across the bank. And every time, I never made it across before sundown, you know, because I left in the morning. So this time I left in the evening and went overnight, and so now I get to actually see the place. So it's just a low-lying rock. I guess not much in the way of a tourist attraction. You can see, I can begin to see it up here. The water is getting darker, so we're gonna go off. As far as the bottom's concerned, we're gonna go off a cliff in a minute here. Now, looking through the binos there, that lighthouse looks like it hasn't been visited in decades. It's just all dilapidated, and I don't even see a light on it anymore. Still see bottom. I'd say we're in about 30 feet, 20 feet. So we're just coming up on Fowey Rocks here, which leaves us with about 4 miles to the entrance to the old Florida Channel. This was quite a long trip. I think we left Beaufort last Tuesday. What's today? It's Friday. So 10 days. Which is not bad considering spent 2 nights at anchor there on stopovers. But this has been a long trek south this year. Now, what is today? It's January 22nd, 2025. And, you know, it wasn't, the forecast was for fairly strong winds, and it was fairly benign right up till now, just when I'm about to pick my anchor up. Now this wind's jumped to about 15 to 20 knots. And, not exactly a nice looking sailing day, but I think I'm going to try to make it down to Baby Ruth Bay today. That's a run of a little over 20 miles, so hopefully make that by early afternoon. And then after that, it looks like pretty good sailing to get to Newfound Harbor, which is between Marathon and Key West. The only pill is I'm going to have to haul back against this wind and the ebbing current. So the only good thing is once I get that job done with, I'll have both wind and current to take me out of the Cape Florida Channel. Away. Just got to get her under control here. Get that rudder light. Now we're rocking. I think we got to put her through a jibe here. Well, bye-bye Biscayne, bye-bye Miami. I'll see you in a couple of months on my way back north again. Would have been nice to sail out of here in brilliant Florida sunshine, but then again, I don't have to put any sunscreen on today, so that's good. Woo-wee, it's blowing out here. This is more than 20 knots. This is low 20s. I'd say about 22, 23 knots sustained. So we're in the Hawk Channel here. That's Fowey Rocks. So we're making good time anyway. Yeah, starting our approach into the now world-famous Baby Ruth Bay. I declare it to be world-famous, at least. And it's settled down a bit. So it's about 15 to 20 knots, which was forecast. Had winds up to 30 earlier. It was really honking. Anyway, I gotta watch my navigation because you can see there's this shoal here, and we're gonna go around the shoal and tuck ourselves up in. And last time I found it was good anchorage, and if you have northerly component winds, it's a nice flat spot. Whew, it's blowing, but here we are, anchored down in Baby Ruth Bay. And yeah, it's blowing, and well, it's just a little afternoon. It's about 12:30. Yeah, no wonder I'm feeling hungry. It's lunchtime. Well, it is Thursday, 23rd of January 2025, and we had some company last night. This big catamaran motor yacht came in and anchored, and still missing that Florida sunshine, but anyway, it looks like it'll be a much easier day to pull up the anchor. And it looks like it's going to be nice sailing today, basically beam reaching and about 12-15 knots. So I'll tell you, in this business, nice pleasant sailing days are a blessing. I think we got a little under 40 miles. Today's destination is Indian Key. And I read in the cruising guide, oh, look at that, it's all parkland, that's really pretty. I read in the cruising guide that there's courtesy moorings there. And I always just sail right by it, so I'm gonna go pick up one of those courtesy moorings. So I'm gonna add a caveat to Baby Ruth Bay. And I thought I had dragged a bit yesterday. And then when I pulled the anchor up this morning, it just came right up. I didn't need the windlass. And it appears to be that the seabed is grass and soft mud, similar to what's around Key West and other places in the Keys. So it appears that the holding here is fair. I wouldn't rate it good holding. So I think it's and still, I mean, it was blowing 20 knots yesterday and I still held. But it doesn't appear to me that, I mean, it's an open place, so this is definitely not a storm anchorage to begin with. But just a little asterisk there to be a little wary of the holding. The Florida sun is trying. Kind of a hazy morning, still kind of chilly, but I'm back in short sleeves and a t-shirt. And it's actually, the wind is a little lighter than what's on the maps. Usually it goes the other way. And so I had to take the reef out of the main. We're still going kind of slowly here. But it's pleasant sailing, so I'm not complaining. I'm going to put in the rod rigs, which should give okay shelter. And it's to go to Indian Key, it's still another 15 miles, and as you can see, we're close hauled here. These winds are really more west. So I think I'm going to call it quits for the day, and we'll carry on tomorrow. Decided to do what these other two catamarans did, is anchor over here instead of over by Rodriguez Key. There's a couple of boats anchored there. Just because of these it's northwest wind, but it's supposed to come more north overnight. So we should have fairly decent protection here. I'm more confident in the holding here, only because it's windy. When she drifted back and I secured the anchor rod, that spade anchor came up pretty hard and fast. because last time in Baby Ruth Bay, I did notice that it took a little while for it to take up tension, which meant that it probably the anchor dragged a bit before it finally dug in. But here it felt like it bit right away. Well, it is, I think it's Thursday, the 24th of January, and brr, it is cold. I checked it here down the Florida Keys, it's 52 Fahrenheit. That's got to be a record low. And I just noticed there's several boats that anchored just off of Rodriguez Key, just in the lee of it. There's 3 boats there. So that's an idea if you got a northerly. And so anyway, gonna pick up, I was gonna go to Indian Key. I might go a little further and anchor behind, I forgot what the name is. And essentially just anchor in the lee of it as I'm doing here. Because the winds are supposed to come, they're northwest now, and they're supposed to come north to northeast overnight and get kind of strong. 20 to 25 knots. But it says the seabed there is sand and mud, so should be good holding. So we'll see if that's true. Oh, I encountered these 2 boats back in No Name Harbor in Biscayne Bay.
Come to the Florida Keys!
This guy's not too happy about the cold weather. And I just look through the binos, I see his exhaust as well, so this guy's got the engine on. And Bossa Nova's definitely under power. So the plan is, this is Long Key, that's channel 5 right there. So the plan is to anchor here, just get up as close as we can get to the shore without touching bottom. Basically get up to just up to the 5-foot line and drop. And there's one other catamaran anchored here. Other than that, it looks like we got the whole place to ourselves. We dragged anchor about 100 meters as we were up closer to that other catamaran there. And then I was in the process of thinking, oh, we're going to have to make sail and maybe just carry on to Marathon overnight. But the anchor didn't reset, and it's held. Winds are going down as forecast, believe it or not. Winds are lighter now than they were about 3 hours ago. And hopefully, well, I'm just going to have breakfast and coffee, and hopefully this will go down a little more. Pulling up on that anchor, and maybe she'll sail a bit. Here she goes. That's a lot of strain. Back here on the helm, just trying to sail her a bit. almost 6 knots. Alright, we're slowly getting more proper here. Put the reef ties in to tidy up the main a bit and set the reef staysail. Which reminds me, I still got one more tie line I got to put in the staysail there. I keep forgetting to replace that. And so she's a bit more balanced now. Of course, just as I say that, the self-steering wind vane goes off. Of course, we got a gazillion crab pots, but I don't mind those so much. Consider supporting this channel by becoming a patron. As a patron, you will be able to view my videos free of ads. You will also be able to leave comments, ask questions, and message me directly. You can become a patron for as little as $5 a month.